You. Mic check. Soca Sunday. We back. Mic check, mic check. All right. Looks like we got audio. What's everybody doing today? It is the Benito Sunday, Bad Bunny, pre-Super Bowl, Super Sunday, Soca Sunday, Super Benito, all the things celebration. Let's get this started. All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Before we get into it, I think the whole reason we're here, right, is because it's Soca Sunday. Let's kick it off with a little Soca. We know we're here. We know why we're here. We're here to celebrate Boricuas. We're here to celebrate Benito. We're here to celebrate the halftime show. But I can't behave myself. Y'all already know I can't behave myself. Not in 2026. Yo, it's the tune of 2026, y'all. Let's go.
If Soca get your life, Soca get your vibe. If Carnival is on, then you not alone. If Soca get your life, Soca get your vibe. If Carnival is on, well, you not alone.
Y'all know your boy C.I.P. can't behave himself. Let's go.
I feel for woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and a rum. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't behave myself. Soon as the music hit there, I can't behave myself. Go on the back and not the end, I can't behave myself. Soon as the music hit there, if Soca get your life, Soca get your vibe. If Carnival is on, then you not alone. If Soca get your life.
Soca brought us here. It is Soca Sunday. We're going to start it off with Soca. And your boy, C.I.P. cannot behave himself. Never, never, never. Not when the good tunes like this are going. Not when the good vibes are in the air, y'all. It's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful, sunny day here in Central Ohio. Welcome to the show. It's your boy, C.I.P. Hit that like, subscribe if you are new. We're going to be celebrating all afternoon, y'all, right up to the Super Bowl. What I need you to do right now is stand up, get your drink in your hand, and start shaking it, y'all. Nobody should be sitting down. Alua, sis, how you doing? Wonderful to see you. Show producer, ladies and gentlemen, is in the chat. Mr. All My Hoes to Monetize. Soca Sundays, produced by this gentleman right here. All 2026. Who man? Good to see you, bro. Modding it up as always. Thank you so much for dropping the links. Nightbot, I'm expecting you to kick in here shortly and take over all the mod abilities so that, all the drops in the chat so that my invaders can enjoy themselves. Invaders, don't forget, if you are wrenched up and you are a moderator, you can rep yourself in the chat. All right, just laying out all the paperwork right now. Welcome to the show, y'all. I think we've all been waiting for a good moment to take a deep breath and let loose, party a little bit. No better way than on Super Bowl Sunday. We celebrating with Benito. Derek Gaines, I see you, sir. I know you can't behave yourself. Boricuas, stand up. Let's go. El Gran Combo. Take them back. Show these people what they forgot. All right, for today, Sunday, Soca Sunday, the BB show, Benito Sunday. We got a crazy one for y'all. Your boy C.I.P's been digging up some crazy stuff for you. Not only do we have a documentary on our boy Benito, but we have a video discussing the culture war. The culture war of music, entertainment, and the segue of our boy Benito and the gentleman that some of you may prefer, Drake. So it's going to be an interesting one. I think we'll get some laughs out of that. Again, everybody, welcome to Soca Sunday, Benito Sunday. Benito's taking over. Lee Turner, how you doing, bro? We got a different vibe today. Mr. Derek Gaines, the Rump Shakers are at a minimum, and maybe one or two. But the Rump Shakers are at a minimum. We got some culture today. Heavy on the culture and entertainment. We know what today is.
La fiesta de San Juan. Yuti Barreto me dijo, un verano en Nueva York. Ay, allí se goza mejor. Un verano en Nueva York. Te vas a la fiesta de San Juan. Un verano en Nueva York. Un verano en Nueva York. Un verano en Nueva York. A la montaña del Oso. Un verano en Nueva York. Oye, te llevan a guarachar.
Hit that like button, y'all. Right. The boy CIP's ready to go. Are y'all ready to go? I think we ready to go. What y'all got for the Super Bowl? That's a good poll to put out there. Might have to put that survey out there for y'all. Messi. Hey sis, good to see you. 3 a.m. I don't want to see Bad Bunny in a dress, says Messi Michon. I know. We all got our preferences. I just want to see the man shake it up and mess with people's consciousness. I think that's the part I like the most. You gonna troll. Fun fact, Green Day, I heard, was also scheduled to perform at the Super Bowl. Green Day, very well, may shake it up a little bit too. They very well, you can't fuck with punk rockers. Punk rockers are gonna punk rock all over the stage. So we got people punk rocking all over the stage, and Benitoing all over the stage, bunny hopping all over the stage. It's gonna be interesting for the social vibe of America. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this show.
Averaging a piece of
Ever since I was a kid, I've been legit. If I was you, I would cut up my wrist.
¡Ay, puñeta! Mamabicho, cabrón.
To the immigrants in America, I'm in the United States. I know America is the whole continent. I want to say that this country is nothing without the immigrants. This country is nothing without Mexicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Venezuelans, Cubans, Honduras.
Oh my God, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You want tissue?
Hold on. Wait a minute.
What? What happened?
Okay. Whoa.
You got a flashback or something?
Yeah. So, it starts with that song is, forget about it, number 1. Right? So, nice. Get memories. And then he goes into Bomba, which I grew up dancing with my grandmother. So it reminded me of my grandmother. He took me for a loop. He got me like all messed up right now. Hold on. Oh my God. It's beautiful.
You think this is missing? You think something like this was missing?
For today, yeah. For today, yes. Because I think that newer generations need to be reminded.
Right.
Be reminded. This is our culture. This is our music.
Sé lo que son los encantos de mi Borinquen hermosa. Por eso la quiero yo tanto. Por siempre la llamaré preciosa.
Un fue pa'l bron y vas a guayar. Pídele a Dios que no te pase nada. Que esto no es show, tú eres boca nada más.
We have the most ornate city in Puerto Rico.
San Juan y Sadun Fuktem.
This place is magnificent.
Me encanta Bad Bunny. I love Bad Bunny. Me encanta Bad Bunny. Me encanta Bad Bunny. Still don't get it? Titi me preguntó. Auntie asked me. Titi me preguntó. Titi me preguntó.
Titi me preguntó. Titi me preguntó.
Dicen la negra Martina que brinca por los palacios, cayó dentro de una olla de bandazo entre las mallas. De bandazo va ella, de bandazo anda ella, de bandazo. Ay, que de bandazo, la negra Martina cayó en la malla, de bandazo. De bandazo va ella, de bandazo anda ella, de bandazo. Se pasaba todo el día buscando busque en palacio, a ver si alguien la quería, pero todo fue un fracaso. De bandazo va ella, de bandazo anda ella, de bandazo. Ay, de bandazo, ay, va la negra, de bandazo. La pasión de esa morena, ¿qué pasa? Ay, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Que tú me tienes temblando de noche y de día. Tú me hiciste brujería. Me quieres mandar para la tumba fría. Tú me hiciste brujería. Brujita.
Sensational. Y'all ready? Let's go. Salutations, salute, que tal, que pasak. What's up, everybody? To all my beautiful people from all corners of the world, your boy C.I.P. got his Puerto Rico starter kit, Boricuas starter kit. Check that out, y'all. Check that out. Check that out. Oh, God, swagger on tilt. Oh, look at it. Look at your boy. Hey, and the new t-shirt too, repping all the islands across the Diaspora. Check it out. Who that right there? Who that right there? Right there. Right there. Yeah, boy. Where we gonna be today? We gonna be up in Puerto Rico. Boop, boop, boop. Where you at? That's where we are today, y'all. Every time we here on Soca Sunday, we celebrating someone across the Diaspora. We celebrating one of the beautiful Caribbean islands. We celebrating the culture, knowledge, and entertainment of my people. Of my people. What's up, y'all? It's Soca Sunday. It's Benito Sunday, y'all. It's Benito Sunday. All right, let's go. Let's get this started. As always, it's gonna be a party on Soca Sunday. Who we got? I already started greeting y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Alua, Derek, Lee, show producer, Mr. All My Hoes to Monetize. What did y'all think about that intro? Messy Michonne, sis, my travel buddy. What's up, girl? How you doing? 3 a.m., my G. Good to see you. Good to see you. And always, Pooh Man, locking it down, my moderator. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Derek Gang celebrating rum shakers. And believe it or not, folks, your boy C.I.P. is going to drop a link. I'm going to drop a link. Anybody who wants to come up, hang out with your boy this Soca Sunday. Talk about Benito. Learn a little bit about Boricuas. A little bit about their culture. Now, your boy C.I.P. is flying blind. There is a certain princess and a certain gamer who couldn't make it today. Maybe gamers out there within an earshot and he hears me and he got some free time and he might pop up. So, the Boricua delegation is not present today, but your boy C.I.P. is going to try and see what he can do to represent. Yeah, I'm going to try to represent. So, don't be too critical on your boy C.I.P., y'all. I know the Boricuas will probably have a word or two with me after this show. Leave your comments down below, of course, y'all. If you're brand new, subscribe to the channel. Plenty to learn over here, plenty to have fun and discuss culture, knowledge, entertainment. Your boy CIP is all over the place with social topics, with topics about the Caribbean, travel, gaming, all the things that matter to me, all the things I want to bring to y'all. It's my hobby. Glad y'all are here with me. I love y'all for it. All right. So let's get into the afternoon. We got a survey out there. I'm going to let it stand for a while, let it ride, see what y'all think, see who y'all got in the polls. In the end, is it going to be Seattle or is it going to be New England? I tend to think there is a little bit of rigging going on. I always see that Dallas name and always see that New England name all too often throughout the 50 years that I have been here on this earth and observed the NFL foosball games. But, yeah. We'll see how it turns out this evening. But we are here, ladies and gentlemen, with our rum and coke in hand. Oh my God. Yes, I do. All right, we're all good. I had to make sure I had supplies. We are here, rum and coke in hand, as always. Woman and a woman and a woman in a rum, to celebrate Benito and the insanity that this man is going to bring to the stage today. As mentioned in the opener, I also heard that Billy Joe gonna be on there too. If you are familiar with the group Green Day, if you are familiar with Billy Joe, you know that he is not going to keep his motherfucking mouth shut. Bro is a punk rocker. And if there is one thing that punk rockers know, it's resistance. All right? You don't got to be from the Caribbean to speak on resistance alone. I'm telling you. Punk rockers know they shit. So I'm going to be really excited to see what Mr. Billy Joe got up his sleeve. If he's going to behave himself. I mean, we getting older. So, you know, a lot of us are losing patience. So, yes. It's going to be an interesting afternoon, historical afternoon at the least, a very historical afternoon. Princess, what's up, girl? How you doing? So glad to see you. You be ninja listening. I know that you are busy. Have a great afternoon. Take your time. Cree, what's good, sis? Folks popping up. I'm loving it. Let's go. Yeah, so she says, Seattle is winning. Nice. Is that the Sham Pipple? Yeah, that's the Sham Pipple. That is the Plantaray 5-year. Plantaray 5-year and Coke. A little more, as you can see, it's got a little color to it. Your boy CIP's taking it easy today. I've been taking it easy on that bottle. I've had that bottle for quite a while now. Just running that one bottle, so. Yay. It's all good. Just taking it easy. It's a good sipper. It's a really good sipping rum. Does the trick. But your boy's all about good vibes and taking it easy, not getting smashed, losing it. You know, good times are good times. Chitlin Sham Pipple. You got to throw the chitlins in there, of course. Of course. Yeah, y'all. Really good day today. Beautiful day. We got the foosball tournament, the NFL game coming up. And we got a little bit of Bad Bunny to talk about. So let me go ahead and do this. A little bit of Bad Bunny. We got a whole bunch of Bad Bunny to talk about. Boy, CIP is all about exploring the world, culture, knowledge, and entertainment. If there's good music, good vibes, I am there. It's all about the party. I mean, my island's only like 3 or 4 islands away from Trinidad. By proxy, I'm a party animal. So come on, what did y'all think? What y'all think C.I.P. was going to be about? What did you think this channel was going to be about? Copy link. The link is copied. This time I'm going to pin the link. Last time I tried to pin a link, I did something backstage and I didn't, there we go. I starred it and saved it as a message and I didn't pin it as a post at the top of the chat for y'all. I'm learning. Anyway, y'all, if you are interested in coming up and hanging out with your boy, grab your drink, grab some charcuterie, some adult Lunchables, some snacks, and stop by, hang out. We're going to sit down and we're going to talk about Bad Bunny's career, the rise of the bunny. We're going to talk about the collision and the culture war between the bunny and the Drake. Not so much a war, but a destruction of Drake. So we're gonna get into that here in a little bit. That one's fun. But we got all day, y'all. We got all day. I ain't no rush. And I might order a pizza. And I'm gonna start off with something really, really, really cool. Let me go on and pull this up on, let me go on and open up another tab here. Y'all don't need to know what I'm working on. All right. So I'm going to do a little bit of a history dive for y'all. I think that's fun. I'm just expanding on it a little bit. Give me 1 second. 1 second. It'll be worth it. 1 second. We got good music going. Enjoy the tunes, y'all. We having fun. Everybody's chilling. Folks is driving. Listening to the sound of your boy C.I.P's voice. I've heard I got a good voice. So listening to the sound of your boy C.I.P's voice. The good tunes in the background. We celebrating Bad Bunny. We here together on a Sunday. Just chilling. All right. There we go. And other variations. Nice. So let's do this. Let's start off with this. Alua is meal prepping. That's what I like to hear. Your boy C.I.P needs to get back on that. However, I'm running short on weeks. I have a trip coming up, kind of emergency-ish trip with the family. People are getting older. Folks are getting older. Families getting older. Moments in time matter so much more, especially when you have those of deep value to your lineage and your family. Along with that, our boy Bad Bunny on his newest album has a track regarding missed memories. Some of you may know which track that is, and not taking enough photos in life and sharing those moments, that love, those moments of joy with the people around you, those that matter, those that are truly invited to the picnic of life, right? So one of those trips that I've got to take to put another full page of experience in my life of shared adventure and memories with my family. That's what I'm doing, right? Not regretting things, right? You don't want to go through life with regret. I'd rather have tears of joy than tears of sadness in my last days here. Not to get too sentimental, but your boy C.I.P does do a lot of thinking. Life is short, y'all. Enjoy these moments. Enjoy the time that you are here. All right, so let's do this. We are gonna take a look at something you would think is boring, but always seems to be steeped in some kind of history. So I'm going to start with my homeland, St. Lucia. What you'll see here are all the different iterations of the flags of the country. Check that out. Now, of course, these are colonizer flags, right? The natives of the island did not designate that this was their signet. So the colonizers, of course, have, through the years, denoted that these were the flags of the island. So for St. Lucia, you can see the increasing influence of the colonizers. Then we finally get to a state of independence, when the land themselves can declare what the flag looks like. There are 3 iterations, I think, since then. Since 2002 and now, the newest is to the newest sky blue that I use as my my border colors here on the channel. So it's a sky blue now, very much matching the independence flag of Puerto Rico. So for the land of Puerto Rico, their flag from 1895 to 1952 was actually the sky blue. And this was brought to my attention by Rican Princess. She mentioned in a chat that they too went through iterations of flag colors based on government rule, colonization, independence, any number of things. So, just a fun fact I thought I'd bring to everyone's attention. The United States flag has remained relatively unchanged since the 13 colonies. So it's interesting to see the different iterations that other countries go through. Here we have 52 to 95. And I do believe this is the current. So it's pretty awesome. A little bit of history, y'all. Through time, things change. It's like a navy Levi jean blue. I do prefer the baby blue, to be honest with you. The sky blue. The sky blue. That's my favorite. She said that's her action. She says, I don't use the dark blue. I stick with the OG. You like the sky blue as well? That's what I needed to hear. There we go. It's awesome. I love it. Cool, man. Welcome back, bro. I wasn't sure if you was out there or not. Glad to see you. Make sure nobody else snuck in here on me. All right. Know there's a few of y'all out there watching in the clouds. Feel free to chat. Feel free to type in the chat. Let your boy C.I.P. know that you're here. If you are Boricua, drop some historical notes in the chat. Feel free to chime in. Folks, if you chat as well, I'll know that you are out there. And if you want to come up on the panel, I'll see you out there. We'll be interacting and engaging. And then I'll bring you on up here on the panel and we can hang out. So feel free. The link is pinned. Verified. It's verified. I verified the link is pinned at the top of the chat. No technical issue there, y'all. So feel free. Absolutely. Awesome. Right. I know you're tied up handling some business. Take care of that. Good wishes to you today. All right, y'all. First piece. I'm going to leave that up. Actually, let's do this first. I don't know if many of y'all catch my posts on my wall, on my posts on my channel, but something amazing occurred yesterday. Representing the land of St. Lucia is Miss Julian Alfred. Don't know if you know her or not, but she is the one who beat the American sprinter, Sha'Carri Richardson. Hailing from the island of St. Lucia, as mentioned, she just opened her 2026 season with the fastest time in the world in indoor women's 60 meter. The 24-year-old from Cicerone clocked in at 7.04 seconds to win Heat 1. Y'all, we doing things. Give me 1 second, y'all. We got an incoming FDNHC. What's good, Cuzzo? What you up to, man? What's up, fat man? Yeah, man. All good? You on your way? All right, y'all. FDNHT Trend's gone his way, y'all. We're gonna see we got Trinidad and St. Lucia representing Puerto Rico. How this gonna work?
I see Benny up there, innit?
We're gonna make it work, man.
We're gonna make it work.
Come on, cuzzo. Drink some water and some tea, man. I'll see you in a bit.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all, let's go. We just getting started. It's gonna be a long afternoon. Always interrupted streams. That's right, Messi. Tomatoes in the chat for FDNHT Trend, y'all. him and little Taco. Those of you that don't know, he's got his pet bird, Taco, the parrot. So we call him Burrito over here instead of Taco. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. Oh, man. So yes, back to the business at hand. Miss Alfred, has once again pooped on records. Poop, everybody poop emojis in the chat. She's doing her thing. Heat 1 of her event at the Wu-Ping Classic, hosted at the Randall Tyson Track Center in Fayetteville, Arkansas on Saturday. That's right. Beast mode. All right. Pick winners of society, y'all. Talent and character. Just because somebody looks like you doesn't mean that they're good. Talent and character. It's a good-spirited woman, good heart, dignified individual. She walks and acts and speaks with dignity. You ain't gonna find her in a 100-mile-an-hour speed chase, right? Unless it's on the track and field, and she's dusting the competition. All right? Shout out St. Lucia, my people. Let's go. Thoroughbred. Let's go. Back to the business at hand. The rise of this man, the one that we call Benito. So we're going to figure out where this man came from, how all this started. Shout out to DFX Studios. 5,000 subscribers. Just popped up on your boy C.I.P's radar. All right. Friend of the show, I'm calling you out. Fair use. All right, I'm sharing your wonderful creation and reflection documentary on our boy Benito. Celebrate with your boys. Stop by. Shout out to you. Go check out DFX Studios and the drops that they have, y'all. As always, we rep the channels that we work with and we react to over here on C.I.P. Reaction underway. Fair use, y'all. You know what it is, YouTube. Kiss my ass, YouTube. All right, give me a second. Let me get a one in the chat, y'all. You should hear that. Y'all catching the music on your side? Intro music. One in the chat. Nope. Betrayal by my stream. Give me 1 second, y'all. As always, a hiccup here or there. Y'all know how StreamYards, Restreams, OBSs, all the things always act. So what we gonna do is, we're gonna do right here. 1 second. The Rise of Bad Bunny, share that right there. Click that button right there. And your boy C.I.P. is right there. I think that should work. Let's see. Boop.
Vega Baja. More. Bad Bunny was born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio on March 10th, 1994, in the city of Bayamón, Puerto Rico.
Estoy orgulloso de donde soy, como mi isla. Significa orgullo, significa amor, significa muchas cosas para mí.
Benito would go on to be raised in the small town of Vega Baja, more specifically a rural neighborhood known as Almirante Sur. There he'd be raised in a two-parent household along with his two brothers, Bernie and Bisael. His father, Tito Martinez, a truck driver, and his mother, Lisauri Ocasio, a retired school teacher, would heavily influence his taste in music growing up, often playing classic salsa and merengue around the house and in the car.
De bien pequeño yo sé que yo escuchaba mucha salsa con mi papá y escuchaba merengue y quizás balada, pop por mi mamá, pues. Eran muchas canciones que serían en la emisora y canciones de Víctor Manuel, Marc Anthony, o Calderón, Daddy Yankee. Que son de abajo, de playa, de montañas. Me encanta de dónde soy, de dónde nací, de dónde crecí, lo que aprendí, lo que viví.
He became a big fan of reggaeton early on, listening to pioneers of the genre such as Vico C and Daddy Yankee. By the time he reached high school, he began freestyling to entertain his classmates. He started doing it as a joke, but then soon was inspired to release an actual song. In an interview with The Fader, he stated, "I did those freestyles joking around, but only a few people knew I actually made tracks. When I started freestyling, everyone liked it and it was very funny, but in private, I did it for real. Then people started to motivate me saying, why don't you put out music? Put it online, put it here, put it on Facebook, whatever. And I went, no. But little by little, something was working in my mind and I said, it's true. I need to put something out." Benito went on to enroll in a
Never doubt yourself.
Communications program at the University of Puerto Rico in Arecibo. To support himself, he got a job bagging groceries at a local Icono supermarket. Now in college, Benito began posting tracks on the music sharing site SoundCloud under the stage name Bad Bunny. When discussing how he got his stage name, he told Entertainment Tonight, "I felt that I had to do something different and creative. When I was a little boy, in school, I had to dress up as a bunny, and there's a picture of me with an annoyed face. And when I saw it, I thought I should name myself Bad Bunny. It's a name I knew would market well. A bunny is something so common that I thought to myself, every time someone sees one, they'll remember my music." From 2013 to 2016, he released singles periodically on the platform until he released a track that would ultimately change his life forever. In 2016, his song Diles would begin going viral, primarily amongst the youth in Puerto Rico, gathering over 100,000 plays in a week and eventually crossing 1 million after a few months.
Cuando yo grabé Dile, a mí me gustó, yo dije, diablo, está bien cabrona, de verdad. Y todos los muchachos en el estudio, sí, está dura. Pero es como que no pensaban que iba a ser, ¿me entiendes? Yo había lanzado temas anteriormente. Es como que poco a poco iban cogiendo plays en SoundCloud. Y anterior a ese, el tema que más plays había cogido se llama Solo Avísame. Y había llegado ya a los 100,000 plays. Fue el primero que como que cogió bastantes plays y yo, wow. Yo siempre cogía 10, 15 y poco a poco fue subiendo 20, 30, 40.
Yep.
Hasta que ese llegó a los 100,000. Tiramos Dile, en la semana ya tenía 100,000 plays.
Ok.
A la otra semana ya tenía 400. Y es como que en 3 meses ahora mismo tiene más de 1 millón, cogió más de 1 millón.
After the release of Diles, the song would catch the attention of music producer DJ Luyan, eventually signing him to his new record label, Hear This Music. Around the same time, Bad Bunny met Noah Assad, the co-founder of Remus Entertainment, who Benito is still with to this day.
Yep.
In October of 2016,
Bad Bunny videos too. If you watch these guys and their faces, you'll see these guys pop up in places, in like his videos in the background.
Remus Entertainment, who Benito is still with to this day. In October of 2016, Bad Bunny, now with the co-sign of DJ Luyan, would go on to release a collab single titled No Vive Así with established music industry vet Arcángel. The song would be released with a video and went on to go multiple times platinum, and officially brought Benito from the underground scene in Puerto Rico to a more mainstream audience. Finishing the year strong, Benito went on to release his debut single, Soy Peor, produced by DJ Luyan through Remus Entertainment on December 8th, 2016, with the video being dropped on December 31st. The song would go on to reach number 19 on the Latin charts and established him as a force within the Latin American trap scene and setting him up for a monster year in 2017. He'd continue the momentum, dropping a number of chart-topping singles with fellow acts such as Becky G with the record Mayores, Crippy Kush with Farruko, and Sensualidad with Prince Royce and J Balvin, to name a few. At the end of 2018, Bad Bunny would release his debut album, Siempre. The album would peak at number 11 on the US Billboard 200. After the release of his debut, Benito shocked fans around the world by announcing he had parted ways with DJ Luyan, claiming they were responsible for the massive delay of his debut project. In the summer of 2019, Benito and fellow reggaeton star J Balvin would drop Oasis, an 8-song collaborative album. In February of 2020, Bad Bunny served as a guest performer for the Super Bowl halftime show headlined by Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. Not long after, Benito would announce...
And what's crazy is I don't remember that. Maybe I didn't watch it. I didn't care that year. It passed me completely. Absolutely passed me.
On his sophomore album, Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana, meaning I do whatever I want. It debuted at number 2 on US Billboard, becoming the highest charting all-Spanish album ever at the time. The project was led by 3 singles, Vete, Ignorantes, and Yo Perreo Sola, the latter being his most controversial as he was dressed in all drag.
Lua caught him through.
Now,
I like
in
it.
Puerto Rican machismo culture, there's definitely...
There it is. Independence flag. Rican princess. There's your flag, girl. I love it.
A part of it that can be pretty homophobic in nature and discriminatory in its roots. Bunny has always been vocal about LGBTQ rights and gender diversity throughout his career, as he's...
And that's okay. So yeah, right there, that point, right? He's been his social stances, and see, that's something else too, right? Over here on Culture Invasion podcast, I'm just going to get a little real with y'all for just one moment. You are an artist. I didn't hire you to be my stockbroker. I don't look to you to be my political advisor. I don't look to you to be my technical advisor on what's coming up in the new trends with technology. You're Bad Bunny. No disrespect, but all reality here. You're Bad Bunny. Shut the fuck up and sing, my man. Shut the fuck up and sing, bro. I don't need to know what you feel about how people fuck in their bedroom. I don't need to know any of that. All I need to know is how fucking loud I gotta bang your fucking tunes in my ride while I'm riding down the street. That's it, bro. All right? Let's keep it real. Let's go.
Consistently blurred gender lines from his fashion choices to his actions on stage. In November of 2020, Bad Bunny released his 3rd studio album, El Último Tour del Mundo. This album made history as the first all-Spanish album to top the Billboard charts.
Right, Alua. Yep.
In 2021, Benito set off to fulfill a childhood dream of his that was wrestling in the WWE. As a lifelong fan, he began making appearances in 2021, performing his song Booker T and participating in matches. On May 6, 2022, Bad Bunny would release his 4th studio album, Un Verano Sin Ti, debuting at number 1 on Billboard. This project to date is probably his most successful commercial album, as it went on to break the record for the most streamed album of all time on Spotify, It would also become the first Spanish language album to be nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys. On October 13th, 2023, Benito would drop Nadie Sabe Lo Que Va a Pasar Mañana. On this project, Bunny would go back to his roots with a flurry of trap instrumentals on this project and really serve.
He started growing up on that one. I was like, hold on, wait. He's a whole lot more grown up Flash and Cash kind of thing. Like the trap, like that kind of trap, hard grown up. Like it wasn't like the goofy party boy. You see what I'm saying? The goofy party boy started to take a transition. If y'all ever listen to The Weeknd's music, you'll kind of see like The Weeknd as an artist, right? Because you have to think about him. Okay, so let's wipe out the fact that he's got his own political statements and thoughts and everything, right? Rican Princess said it quite well. He's human. He's allowed to have and do whatever he wants to think, right? He has a right to do so. But the thing is, his art, right? He's matured. If you watch, as this gentleman, as we've been watching this react, his art has changed from like party, goofy, get the pussy to kind of like bridge to like grown up a little bit. And then he has the air that he's still going to get that ass and he's still going to do whatever the fuck he want to do with the ladies and it's still going to have his swagger. And then he's gotten to where he is now with his newest album. If you watch like The Weeknd goes through the same kind of artistic transitions from his album to album to album, from like Love Crash Out to like somebody who's rediscovering themselves to somebody who's figured out who they are, but still having rough road as a man. So you can kind of see evolution here within the art. Just a point C.I.P. wanted to throw out there.
His OG fans. On January 5th, 2025, he released his seventh and most recent album, Debí Tirar Más Fotos. He fully dedicated the project to the island of Puerto Rico, blending elements of traditional Puerto Rican music, such as plena, salsa, ibaro, and bomba. The lyrics explore many political conversations surrounding the island, one of them being the effects of gentrification happening across Puerto Rico, which has resulted in a loss of its cultural identity over the years. The album would peak at #1 on US Billboard and became his 4th #1 album. Shortly after the release of the project on January 13th, Bad Bunny announced his residency at the Jose Miguel Agrelo Coliseum, also known as El Choli, in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The name of the residency was named No Me Quiero Ir de Aquí, meaning I don't want to leave here, in reference to the large number of Puerto Ricans relocating to the U.S. due to increased cost of living as a result of the gentrification happening around the island. Themes that were heavily explored throughout Debí Tirar Más Fotos and Un Verano Sin Ti. The 30-show residency was heavily influenced by ICE raids happening across the U.S., forcing many fans to come to Puerto Rico to see the concert. In an interview with ID Magazine, he stated, "There were many reasons why I didn't show up in the U.S., and none of them were out of hate. I've performed there many times. All of the shows have been successful. All of them have been magnificent. I've enjoyed connecting with Latinos who have been living in the U.S. but..."
All right, we're going to pause for just one moment. We're going to bring up a guest. Sir, how are you?
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's good, bro? Look at you.
Yeah, what's good? Represent.
Look at you. Representing the Black nation.
Everybody.
All right. Mr. All My Hoes Demonetized, show producer, ladies and gentlemen, of Soca Sundays. Bringing Soca Sundays to you because of this gentleman right here. That guy right there. Uh-oh, you step away from the Wi-Fi. We got to pause screen. Give him a couple seconds, see if it'll pop back up.
It seemed like I keep losing.
Yeah, okay.
You know, the Wi-Fi man wants back to cool today.
Yeah. You got the Peru
Wi-Fi? I just popped up real quick, man. We all representing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We all getting our Latino on today, you know.
I love it, cuzzo. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Love it, bro.
The Wi-Fi keeps messing up, so I'll drop back down. I was just saying, what's up? All y'all be good.
I appreciate you, bro. Show producer, everybody. That's All My Hoes Demonetized. Mr. JP. Peace, bro. Have a good afternoon. Thank you so much for stopping through. Absolutely, man. That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely, Pooh, man. That's exactly it. It's the interpretation of the representation of his like socio-political stance, and that's what I was commenting on before. I wasn't going to really go down that road so much because it's not the social commentary show, right? It's a Soca Sunday, but yeah, and he's allowed to do that, and that's fine. I ignore that part of artists, right? Now here's one thing. Roping it in as part of their expression and it being the interpretation of like, what they're singing, because there's a lot of nuance in some of his lyrics and a lot of his songs, especially the one two albums ago. So he's exploring his art. He's appealing to, like C.I.P. Culture Invasion. I'm not here just talking about, hey, did y'all see the Keisha that and react to the Keisha videos that are kicking cops, or the Keishas that are running from police at a high speed, or the brothers that are getting beat up in Walmarts for pickpocketing and doing reacts to bottom barrel humanity, right? And appealing to one audience. C.I.P. has multiple different shows: a gaming show, a travel show, this show where we talk about the Caribbean. Then I have my show where I talk about social topics, right? So I appeal to a wide audience. So using that kind of model, Bad Bunny and his art, he explored what Bad Bunny is. He explained before, and maybe you know, obviously a lot of people are new to who Bad Bunny is. But he explained a long time ago that he was raised partially by like his mom. So he had female influences, his mom and his TT and his aunties and da-da-da-da-da-da. So he was wandering around looking at the Cosmopolitan magazines, seeing all the pretty things the girls was doing. So part of his life and part of what made an impression on him and part of what he brought out in his art was all that fluid stuff. He allowed to do it because the music is fucking good. He allowed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Some artists only talk to the niggas in the hood. Some people only talk to the people in the church. Some artists only talk to the white Vans wearing, tennis skirt wearing, tank top wearing Becky's that all are in all the little white girl sororities. Some artists speak to, you see what I'm saying? Some artists speak to the rough and tumble heart and soul of America, riding in the pickup truck and the dog got hit by the train. Everybody's got a segment. Bad Bunny said, fuck that. He spread out his art across multiple things. Hey, and then Sheila summed it up. He's allowed to do that, right? And then she said it again. Don't agree with it, but that's okay. He's a human, and that's how he expresses that art, bro. So it's all in, it's all in the artist. It's all in how they bring it out. It's all in how they want to present themselves. I agree. Believe me, Pooh Man. I think that there are some things that I don't need to know how you put your sexual organ on another human being. I don't care. I don't care. All right, y'all. Let's round out this biography of our friend, and then we're gonna go check out what the war and juxtaposition within entertainment industry was between two tops, Drake and Bad Bunny.
Specifically for a residency here in Puerto Rico, when we are an unincorporated territory of the U.S. People from the U.S. could come here to see the show. Latinos and Puerto Ricans of the United States could also travel here or to any part of the world. But there was the issue of like effing ICE could be outside my concert. And it's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. In addition, the residency also did wonders for Puerto Rico's local economy, with thousands of tourists flocking to the island to see his concert. It injected around $200 million into the island's economy during a time when it typically struggles to attract visitors. Tourists who flew in for the shows often stayed for multiple days, visiting Puerto Rico's beaches, museums, and attractions. Restaurants around the area reported weeks of full bookings, and Airbnb saw high amounts of occupancy rates that rivaled peak holiday periods. Everyone from street vendors to large businesses benefited. On September 28, 2025, it was announced that Bad Bunny will headline the Super Bowl halftime show. The decision caused much controversy and became a political conversation as many fans disapproved of the selection. Many conservative figures spoke out against the decision, including President Donald Trump, where in an appearance on Greg Kelly Reports stated, "I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy." I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Those opposed to the decision even began a petition to replace Bunny as the performer, garnering tens of thousands of signatures over time, suggesting that George Strait should be his replacement, as his music is more aligned with traditional American music. From a grocery store bagger in Vega Baja to performing at the Super Bowl, Bad Bunny continues to evolve and redefine what it means to be an artist, using his platform to reimagine what it means to use celebrity for culture and economic transformation. Over the years, he's shown that you don't have to fit in to stand out. He's broken language barriers, challenged stereotypes, and reminded us that greatness doesn't always come from following trends, but it can come by just being yourself.
Facts. And I think that's what is the biggest statement, is that he is himself. And that's why he's on top. We can be critical of the lifestyle choices of expression that he uses, right? We can be critical of the lifestyle choices and expression that he chooses. But what it all boils down to is he is himself. Ain't nobody taking away from Bad Bunny who Bad Bunny is. Ain't nobody taking away his style. And ain't nobody doing anything like him. And again, what did I say at the beginning? Where is he? On top. On top. What do you have in the hip hop industry? Cookie cutter after cookie cutter after cookie cutter after cookie cutter. Ooh, I discovered a new sound, but you don't even play real instruments. All you did was change some frequencies in a fucking controller, my G. And you put that sound on a dumbass nigga. Or you put that sound on some hood chick. No soul. Nothing that takes us back to our roots. What are our roots? Well, we chose. Who's going to go back and start beating drums? We chose to leave that behind. So we're left with what we're left with as artists, stateside, within our culture. So when we look at artists who stand out, The Weeknd, I'm going to go back to him again. Rican Princess, put it in the chat. Prince. Artists who stand out, who are 100% expressing themselves. Yeah, there we go. We say Prince was nuts when he wore those chaps exposing his booty's meat. Prince had those. Who can forget that Prince? It's on the interweb. Go Google it. Prince in chaps. Go look it up. Y'all love Prince. Y'all love Prince. Now tell me, which brolic brother out here got a picture of Prince in chaps on his wall? But you still listen to him. Let's go, y'all. Entertainment's entertainment. Whoever's on top's on top. And ain't nobody stopping that shit. Ain't nobody stopping that shit. All right. Shout out to DFX Studios, y'all. DFX Studios is in the library now. We are subscribed. So we're going to check them out in the future. Next up, the culture war nobody talks about. The culture war nobody talks about. So let's see what happened in parallel between Drake and, hold on one second here, between Drake and Bunny during their rises to fame. One sec. It don't like me right now. Come on, Restream. Stop messing with me. Boom. Always something with technology. Always something with technology, y'all. All right. So what we got this time is entertainment, music. We know this. We like this. This is what we all about. Pooh Man says, I'm not that old. Google it, Pooh Man. Google it. Nasty. Prince got his booty meat out. All right, y'all. This is a good one. This is a good drop. Let's go.
Bad Bunny and Drake might seem like two sides of the same coin on the
chat.
surface. They're both artists
Weird.
in hip-hop centric genres that mostly cover the same thing. They both make a lot of breakup songs, and they both make a lot of party songs, and for that reason, you might think that they're both the same artists with a different language. But if you've been on the internet, you know that Bad Bunny is looked at as an icon in the making. And even though Drake isn't in his prime anymore, when he was at his peak, he never received this type of love. And to be honest with you, there's really just one factor that separates one from the other, and to understand what I mean, we gotta start at the home front.
Pinball, what's good, dude?
The history of Puerto Rico's music culture is one that is rich. So rich that we don't even know where it started. We just know that it started centuries and centuries ago. Thankfully though, Puerto Rico's historical context is one that provides just enough information to understand how we got such a complex and diverse music scene to come out from such a little island, if you really.
And whoa. Your boy C.I.P. is being rude this Soca Sunday. Excuse me, I can't talk. This is a video brought to us by another new friend of the show, 54,000 subscribers. Shout out to you, sir. King Benny Garcia. King Benny. So I need you to go check out King Benny. All right. When you have a moment, I dropped his link in the chat. Go check him out. See if his content so suits your algorithm. A lot of good stuff about entertainment. A lot of good stuff about entertainers, black entertainers. All right, go check him out, y'all. Okay, your boy CIP is done with his ad break for our friends of the show. Let's get back into it.
Really think about it. Without getting too deep into the history of Puerto Rico, we gotta understand that the genetic composition of the island and the diversity that brings is largely responsible for why the art of Puerto Rico is so diverse. Because mainly everybody in Puerto Rico has a mixture of three groups. There's the Taino descendancy, the European descendancy that comes from Spain, and of course the black descendancy that comes from West Africa. Thanks to this cultural diversity, we have a unique epicenter of art in the island that would see classical European aesthetics clash with the vibrant African sounds hundreds of years before the recording of music. And thankfully, because the Europeans, the Africans, and even the natives were able to preserve that history, Puerto Ricans were able to experiment with arts from different backgrounds and kind of clash them together and mix them together, creating a melting pot. And by the time that music did start to be recorded, Puerto Ricans had hundreds of years of that advantage that other.
Okay, so you see what's going on here? Puerto Ricans had hundreds of years of advantage over other collective groups because of the fact that they had merged so much of the different cultural music types together, right? So we have to think about that when we think about how we categorize what we in the Western world perceive as our art, right? Where that soul actually comes from. I mean, it comes from an MPK. It's not coming from the instruments of our ancestors. Now, it's not to knock the talent behind it, but it definitely is to say something about the culture of where that music is coming from and what has been forgotten from this time, all right, socially speaking, where we want to say, we were slaves, we were slaves, we were slaves, we were slaves. And we keep repeating that narrative, but we show nothing cultural to reflect it other than victimhood. Verbally, socially. There's no action or reflection other than just those words while we play MPK music. So it becomes a hypocritical statement, but that's the show for another day. Again, we're celebrating Puerto Rico.
Other cultures might have not have had. Furthermore, that clashing of sounds was something that never really stopped for Puerto Rican art. In fact, that clashing of cultures was something that wasn't just emblematic of Puerto Rican sound and music, but the culture as a whole. The trend would also continue into the modern day, where Puerto Ricans found major influences in genres like salsa and reggaeton. Even though there's many others, there's never been a genre where Puerto Rico dominated as heavily as it does in reggaeton. Artists like Daddy Yankee, Residente, and many others not only set the bar for how reggaeton is supposed to sound like, but what the flow is supposed to sound like, what the lyricism looks like. And as the genre evolved, it would create its own little subgenres, and that would eventually bring us the world of Bad Bunny. But I don't want to talk about Bad Bunny just yet, because I would rather talk about Canada.
Oh, shit. Here we go, Canada.
Canada also has a rich history in music, though whereas Puerto Rico's music had a political component to what influenced the sound, undoubtedly encouraging creativity and experimentation. On the other hand, the political landscape of Canada was one that mostly made it so that Canadian music was rooted in the French ideal of what music was supposed to be, and therefore the country mostly became significant in its contribution to classical music. But unlike Puerto Rico's music culture, Canadian culture never encouraged the unifying of different cultures in its music. Of course, there were people of color that were successful in this genre, but it mostly alienated both the black side and the native side of Canada. And once classical music stopped being the mainstream.
And see, here's the thing. Here's the double-edged sword of the beauty of Western melting pots. Okay? When you have a cultural melting pot, you don't have cultural unification. What you have in Puerto Rico is, and throughout the Caribbean and other nations like, is a melting pot of cultures that are pressurized and forced to work together in their cultures. Here in America, it is individualism. It is the pursuit of freedom for the individual's rights. So the individual owes the collective nothing. That is the double-edged sword. And that goes all the way through our society. Everything from how we worship our God, how we celebrate our events, how we celebrate our music and art, how we express ourselves, how we do our jobs and maintain our days throughout the week. There's nothing in America that binds us together. Absolutely nothing.
Of music, Canada would fall behind to what was happening south of the border in America. First, it was jazz that crossed over, but eventually that would become genres like rock, pop, and eventually hip-hop, genres that would gain traction in America before making it north of the border, effectively making Canada the little brother of America. It actually got so bad for Canadian music that the government had to step in, making sure that Canadian acts got airplay under the Broadcasting Act of Canada. And the little brother label that Canada got was something that it would never lose. Not unless an artist was able to break the...
Every time you see a Canadian, call him little buddy. Don't matter if he bigger than you. What up, little buddy?
Code and essentially dominate American charts, which is where Drake comes in. Now, before we talk about Drake, I would appreciate it if you guys subbed up to the channel. I'm putting a lot of effort into this video, so I would just appreciate it, especially because my last video just flopped.
Y'all go sub up to King Benny Garcia, please. Go sub up to bro. I mean, come on now. And sub up to me too. I know there's some of you that are out there that are watching this that are like, who is this Lucian talking about Boricuas? Who do you think you are, Lucian? Well, I think I'm C.I.P. Welcome to the show, y'all. Subscribe, like. What's up? Welcome to Soca Sunday. Yes, y'all. Subscribe to King Benny. Subscribe to your boy C.I.P. Do the needful.
You don't have to, but yeah, let's get back to this video. See, by the mid-2000s, Canada had failed to provide a single crossover rapper in the 30 years of hip-hop existing. What's odd about that is that by the mid-2000s, hip-hop became less New York oriented, with markets like LA, Atlanta, Chicago becoming major cities in which hip-hop was being cultivated and created, as well as creating hotspots for innovation in the genre. And yet, with the proximity that Toronto has to New York City, you would think that Toronto would be a hotspot for hip-hop, but It really wasn't. And then Drake came along, and it was bound to be a big deal. Because ever since the inception of hip-hop, those cities that did become big in the genre also came with their own style. LA was pivotal in innovating gangsta rap and introducing G-Funk shortly thereafter. Atlanta brought with it the crunk era on top of innovative flows, and not to mention that it was the epicenter for trap music as the 2010s came to be. And whether it be Houston, VA, Chicago, or whatever rap city that became big, it came with its own style. So you
now, ladies and gentlemen, let us address the elephant in the room. Did he not mention epicenters of blackness across the United States that had their own historical struggles, right? So even though culturally we have forgotten the music of our ancestors and we have moved forward, our cultural struggles, right? Nothing I've said is to demean any art. But when we look at it now, look where this credence should be shown. These are artists and groups that grew from the respective struggle, right? They entertained us by bringing forth what their lifestyles, lives, and experiences were and are, right? So even within the art itself, that is where the culture has focused itself. Gotten away from the ancestors, focused on the new struggle, and brought future instruments, future melodies, futuristic melodies, modern, to the forefront. Y'all are chatting Canada. Yeah, Tavar, that's a good way to encapsulate it, bro. Because what you have to look at is Drake's reflection of his art truly rooted in his struggle? A la Chicago, a la Atlanta, a la LA, a la Oakland, right? Or is it a mockery? Is it the entertainer's perspective? Let's go. Our boy Benny Garcia, he breaks down some good shit. But I wanted to bring that point up because, first and foremost, y'all know your boy C.I.P. is not a total recalcitrant. I have a very, very good mind, and I do look at all angles that I have within my ability of knowledge when talking about topics. So, in all fairness, that's right. All of these cities across the nation in America birthed different, wonderful art forms that all contributed to what hip hop is and reflect their respective struggles. All right, let's go.
You would think that Drake opening the gates for Toronto was in theory an exciting proposition. However, if you really think about it, there was never anything for Drake to innovate or
have a great day, Rican Princess. Do good work, girl.
Or bring from his hometown into the mainstream. And let me explain why. Whether we like it or not, art is political. And in many ways, art reflects the politics of the environment in which it is created. Let's take hip hop, for example. After a decade of being an underfunded city with limited resources for school programs in art and music, kids in New York City figured out their own way to make art and music, which is how we got hip hop. LA took hip-hop by storm with gangster rap because the 80s and 90s were an era that found a lot of neighborhoods in economically disadvantaged positions and crime-ridden areas thanks to decades of political malnourishment. But the culture of Canadian music is essentially to copy whatever's going down in the States. So if you really think about it, what other options does Drake have? But before we continue with Drake, let's go back to Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico.
Well, tonight, Puerto Rico is one step closer to becoming the 51st state, and yet there are serious questions about how to move forward and whether there's enough support in Washington.
Some of you, especially those from Puerto Rico, might...
That's egregious that we, as conscious humans, are still playing games with the lives of the individuals on that island. They're not even a state. They don't even have the same rights. They don't get the same welfare. Like, none of the things that we think we hear it and we think that it's the same as it is here stateside. It's not in Puerto Rico. They've been fucking Puerto Rico over for decades. Actually, centuries. You know what I mean? All the Caribbean islands have had their fair share, absolutely, of atrocities, of genocide, and of course, colonization, forced colonization. But then you add insult to injury, and you oppress a people of an island and colonize them essentially over and over and over and over. Then you sterilize their women. Then you nuke their shores and give them cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, consciously as humans, it's kind of egregious that we're still kicking this can down the road. But yo, colonizers to be colonizers, the people we put in our government and our seats of power will do what they do, right? This is America, y'all.
Might be quick to point out that in terms of borrowing from the states, Puerto Rico might be the most guilty of it, especially because the US government essentially made it so that Puerto Rico had to be like America. I mean, there was a point in time where it was illegal to just have a Puerto Rican flag, but ultimately that did end up failing, mainly because of two factors that Canada doesn't have the privilege of: distance and a different language. Regardless of how much the US government tried to enforce American culture in Puerto Rico, the factors of distance and language has always been too much to overcome, making it impossible to fully follow the trends of the United States, which is how we get Bad Bunny.
There we go.
In the mid-2010s, reggaeton was seeing a lot of American influence creep into the sounds and the influence of the genre. Of course, reggaeton is an extension of hip-hop, so it was always going to be rooted in the States somewhat, but now it was kind of getting impossible to ignore. It wasn't anymore an influence as much as it was just like the Spanish version of America, which is how reggaeton essentially evolved into becoming trap. If you're wondering what the difference is essentially not a lot. It's just like a different production style, really. But more importantly, with the rise of trap, we saw the rise of Bad Bunny. Of course, he also had a lot of American aesthetics, but he did more with it because he understood how to use it in his own style.
All right, I'm gonna say something controversial. Latin trap has way better beats.
I remember that's what stood out to me most when I first heard Tu No Vive Así, which wasn't the first big hit for Bad Bunny, but it was the one where I saw the vision. But what really impresses me about Bad Bunny's rise is that it reminds me of how Puerto Rican music rose. Once again, it was that clashing of two cultures. It's a reminder that how Puerto Rican music started was that European folklore met African resistance, and I don't know, I just think it's very poetic in that sense, especially when Bad Bunny started to cross over into America, making songs with Nicki Minaj, Travis Scott, and Cardi B, because it's like a game of telephone where you keep clashing styles and melting them together, and you come out with a whole different take and outlook on the genre. And poetically, in the first time of the genre's existence, Latin hip-hop was influencing hip-hop, a fact that would be proven when the biggest artists in the world would team up with Bad Bunny. Hey, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like Drake on this
I like
song.
this.
And the concept of this song on paper was pretty cool too. Bad Bunny had made it big. He was shining a spotlight not only on himself, but what Puerto Rico...
Like, I was a little bit mad that he collabed with Drake, because I was like, bro, you're better than Drake. I'm a shit. I am a shit. But let me tell you what, it was good. It was a good track. But I'm one to like instrumentals more than I like, because, like I said, right, like, you're better than Drake. So I enjoyed Bad Bunny's piece of it better than I did listening to Drake's dumbass. So I'd listen to the instrumental, and then I'm happy.
had going on, and Drake was in the middle of his all-time peak. But that reminds me, I haven't explained how Drake got to this point of popularity, so let's go back to Drake. Well, you remember how I said that every rap region used to have its own sound back in the day? Well, the truth is, I only said had and not has because of Drake. Essentially, what would end up happening with Drake is that Drake went from city to city just as rappers were about to blow up, hop on their tracks, and quote-unquote put them on, popularizing the stylistic innovations and claiming them for himself.
There
Think
it
of
is.
Versace and the repopularization, there we go, of the triplet flow. Think of when Tentacion blew up and he was like riding the SoundCloud wave, and Drake tried to hop on that trend like immediately. This is who Drake was, and this is how Drake was going to stay alive. It's the Canadian way anyways. But the negative effect of it is that it made the lowest common denominator hip-hop fan, that hip-hop fan that doesn't want to experiment and travel along hip-hop genres, just default to Drake because Drake could give you everything that you need. And personally, to me, that's not even a criticism of Drake. Because if you really think about it, that's a good business strategy. But the thing about business and art is that what's good for business usually isn't good for art. And what's good for art isn't usually good for business. But
bro is Temu. Bro is like cheap Chinesium for entertainment. Like he's like, there's this, he's fast food. He's fast food. You're gonna consume it and shit him out. That's it. Like there's no substance. He's fast food.
Drake was at the top, so who was gonna tell him otherwise? Essentially, Drake became,
and that's why Kendrick's art. That's why Kendrick's art absolutely shit down Drake's neck. It wasn't even the fact that he dissed him. It was the fact that he out entertained him. Kendrick is 100%. Kendrick. He's another one. Kendrick, The Weeknd, Bad Bunny, Prince. Shout out to Rican Princess. Right? These artists that stand out above and beyond anybody else. Your boy C.I.P. Shout out.
Became one of those circles in Agario. Do people still play Agario? And again, calling it fair here, sometimes it was beneficial for an artist to receive the Drake feature. And I'm sure that some artists are very grateful to this day of what Drake was doing. But I do think that the long-term effects of that move was something that we feel today more than we felt back then. And to be honest with you, it's hard not to look at Bad Bunny collaborating with Drake in the same way. Drake trying a different region style to see if he could profit off of them. However, Yep. It's 4 a.m. and the snow, little fucking shovel trucks are outside. Now, for whatever reason,
shout out to bro for keeping that in his video. I love that. You know what? Yeah, go subscribe to Benny Garcia, y'all. You gotta love authentic creators like that. He said it's 4 a.m. Let's rewind that back. He said it's 4 a.m. and the little shovel thing went by.
Style to see if he could profit off of them. However, Yep. It's 4 a.m. and the snow, little fucking shovel trucks are outside. Now, for whatever reason, this song never really caught on, not with Drake fans nor Bad Bunny fans. As big as both artists are, especially now, you would think that people would listen to this song and this would be a momentous song, but it really isn't. However, I do think the song is notable because after the song was released, the careers of Bad Bunny and Drake would go in very different directions. Like, think about it like this. By the end of the decade, Bad Bunny was performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Meanwhile, Drake was getting booed out of Camp Flogna.
Yeah.
Only somebody made a video about that, by the way. I would watch it personally. And the 2020s has just not been kind to Drake in any way. I can't think of a single album that Drake released in the 2020s that was actually received well. Certified Lover Boy was an instant failure.
Trash.
Everybody from fans to critics hated it, and especially they hated that cover art. But regardless of Certified Lover Boy, it seems like every Drake album this decade has received the same amount of feedback. I think the fall off of Drake is indicative of something else. It's indicative of something bigger, actually. Because hip-hop became that monoculture and every place does kind of sound the same, Drake kind of lost what made him special in the first place. There is no style for Drake to hop on. There is no trend for Drake to be the innovator of. On the other hand, you have Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's 2020s has been essentially perfect. 2022's Un Verano Sin Ti was essentially the album that broke him into America as a household name, but it was significant in that it was that understanding and relearning of your culture to reinvent the wheel. And once again, I think what makes Bad Bunny so special is that Bad Bunny makes albums that only Bad Bunny can really make. Because yes, it has that Puerto Rican influence, but it also has that influence from Latin America as a whole. But what Bad Bunny does is that he recontextualizes those influences and reimagines them through a Puerto Rican point of view. Which brings me to Debí Tirar Más Fotos.
And I have to say, it's been a long time since your boy C.I.P. has listened to a hip hop album, an R&B album, a alt rock album, anything, start to finish, other than soundtracks, right? Like I'll listen to it, I'll kill it through a soundtrack for a movie or something, right? But anything new, right? I think the most recent thing was the Cyberpunk soundtrack. Both the orchestral background music stuff, the ambiance, as well as the title tracks. But when it comes to artists, nothing has sparked my curiosity more than Bad Bunny's newest album. Simply because of the way the algorithm fed it to me. Of course, I have one foot in the United States and I have one foot out of the United States with the algorithm. So I have a global sense of what's kind of trending and what's kind of occurring. So I watch what happens overseas. I watch what happens in the Caribbean, what's hot down there, especially those Trinidadians and all their cursed behavior with all their parties. And then kind of like spreading out across the Caribbean from there and down through South America. And I kind of like, take in all the different entertainment and all the different news, right? So it's like when you break it down, man, I have not really at all. I think I skipped a couple of the tracks in The Weeknd's new album. I did. Yeah, I skipped a couple. Boring. But I listened to all the Bad Bunny tracks. And then I went to the translator, the lyric translator, and peeped what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, through that, it's kind of expanding my own personal horizons. I'm going to be a Franglish, a Franglish. I'm going to have a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of French patois, and a little bit of English. And I'm going to smash it all together and come up with some kind of language for myself. But I'm learning. And through that, like, it just, I have to think, anyway. Your boy's waffle right now. I'm waffling. But it really just kind of like occurred to me just now. There really has not been an album that I've listened through in its entirety from a mainstream artist until this shit. Tavar's Tavern. Tavar's Tavern is open, y'all. Mr. Tavar Wooten says, I'm old school when it comes to music overall. I respect that. Absolutely, sir. And see, that's what I can do as well. You go back to that old school music. You can listen to the old school music. You can listen to those albums. You can listen to those recordings all the way through. But the new stuff, modern stuff, how many years has it been since you've listened to an album from an artist that you really appreciated, start to finish, in this modern day? Yeah. Food for thought. And speaking of food for thought, hold on a second here. We had a poll starting at the beginning of this stream. Shout out to y'all for participating. I'm going to end that poll now, and it looks like Seattle Invaders. The Invaders. Y'all have chosen Seattle. By 55%, New England fell to 45% for the Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. Invaders got Seattle. That's what I like to see. I like to see consensus. And you know what? If I had to choose, I'd put nothing. I don't gamble. Your boy C.I.P. does not gamble. No, I'd put maybe I put $10 on Seattle. There we go. Now I'm not a gambling man, but if I had to choose, I'd be a little conservative and just have a little fun with the homies. All right, y'all. We're about to round this out. You're going to talk about Bad Bunny's newest album.
Which brings me to Debí tirar más fotos.
¿Seguimos aquí?
Sí, seguimos aquí.
By far, this is Bad Bunny at his most Puerto Rican. This is Bad Bunny essentially re-exploring those roots left behind by the ancestors. And what ended up happening with this album is something beautiful, something that you can't recreate any other way.
What happened?
Okay.
Oh my God. I Benny. Bro, shout out to Benny Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, your boy C.I.P., I hope y'all caught the intro to the opening montage to the show, y'all. I always love doing those opening montages where I go around and I gather clips from the different media sources and I put them together and I pulled together this awesome opening montage for y'all to let y'all know what we gonna be celebrating and what kind of fun we gonna have here in Soca Sundays. My boy Benny chose the same I did not watch all the way through this. Benny, you chose the same exact clip of Mima Anderson and Mima Anson. Abuela. All right, Abuela. Henceforth known as Abuela. You pulled the clip of Abuela to exemplify the emotion that is struck by how Bad Bunny is taking y'all back to your roots. I love it. Absolutely love it. Culture, y'all. That's culture. We right now are witnessing, other individuals going through the emotions of realizing their youth, realizing their culture, hearing the tribal sounds and tones that make their blood boil and cause them to feel the resistance and cause them to feel the emotion of their ancestors. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Like I said, today we're celebrating, this is the Bad Bunny show. This is the show where we are celebrating the Boricuas, the Boricuan culture, Puerto Rican culture, and examining this man's life, examining his entertainment. So let's go. This is great. This is great. Your boy C.I.P. knocked it out the park with this one today.
By far, this is Bad Bunny
thank you,
at his
bro.
most Puerto Rican. This is Bad Bunny essentially re-exploring those roots left behind by the ancestors. And what ended up happening with this album is something beautiful, something that you can't recreate any other way.
What happened?
Okay. Whoa.
You got a flashback or something?
I think of the scene in Sinners, for example, and how Ryan Coogler was saying that music sometimes transcends generations and finds the energy of our ancestors. And I think that spirit is what lives on in this album. I've seen so many videos of older and younger people really enjoying this album in a way that I never thought would be possible. My dad is a salsa guy. He doesn't listen to new music. I don't even think he knows any of the new artists. But when that new Bad Bunny record came out, he listened and he enjoyed it as well. This is what's so important about culture in art and music specifically. It connects with people that maybe wouldn't have connected otherwise. And I believe that is the main difference between Drake and Bad Bunny. When Drake channels culture, he uses it kind of as a dress. But when Bad Bunny channels his culture, he lives it. You can tell that he loves it. And I think us as humans can recognize that. So as we head into the future, I think that will be something that will distinguish the legacy of Drake and Bad Bunny. Of course, in the future, I think in the history books, we will recognize Drake as one of the biggest artists in our generation. However, I think those same history books will look back at Bad Bunny and recognize him as a legend. A once-in-a-lifetime artist that can never be duplicated. Anyways, I picked up a job. Hopefully that doesn't intervene with the YouTube schedule. I'm trying to get 50 videos out this week, or not this week, this year. And hopefully that will work out well. Aside from that, that last video that I made did flop. So hopefully this one does better. With that being said, shout out to you guys as always. Shout out to J.
Hey, yo, and shout out to King Benny Garcia. Bro, I'm thoroughly entertained by that. I'm glad I watched that all the way through with the Invaders. That was very, very, very educational and insightful, bro. At 54,000 subscribers, you talking about your videos flopping, bro? Come on, man. Come on, man. We got you. I got you, man. I got you. Y'all, this is great. Good content. Great content creator. I thoroughly like Mr. King Benny Garcia. I encourage you to go check him out. Tell you what, I'm going to drop his channel one more time in the chat for y'all. Go check him out. Support your boy. All right, y'all. We having a good time today. Absolutely. Drop that down because what we're about to do is take a tour around. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. in the spirit of Bad Bunny, I'm taking it back to one of the tracks I played at the opener. Let's go. We taking it back. El Gran Combo. Uh-oh. Not the IG. All hell could break loose over here. Y'all already know. IG can be trouble. But your boy C.I.P. Check this out. Check this out. Your boy C.I.P.'s been a little bit diligent. Slightly diligent. We got PR, Dominica, St. Vincent, Saint Martin, Grenada, Colombia, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Trini, Lucians, Cuba, Guyana, Jamaica. Why I got two Guyanas? I had to fix that. And Carnival Japan. We are, ladies and gentlemen. How did I get two Guyanas? Guyana, you cheating. Guyana is starting to mess up my algorithm, let me tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, your boy C.I.P. is out here collecting islands like Pokemon. Out here collecting islands like Pokemon. We collecting all the Caribbean islands over here in Soca Sunday, y'all. It's never gonna stop. Janesta Coleman. How are you, sis? Yeah, you know what? It's a little bit chilly here as well. Let's see, where we at? Oh, no. I'm very grateful. It's 32 degrees. That is a heat wave where I'm at. Shout out Mother Nature. All right. We in Puerto Rico. So far, so good, Janesta. Glad you're doing all right. Thanks for joining us today. Everybody that's out there, hit the like. Subscribe if you are new. All right. So what we got today? Gentlemen, I'm sure there's some trouble to be had here. So prepare yourselves. But I've probably collected a lot more historical and fact-finding things about PR than I have debaucherous. We may island hop. We may jump back over to Trinidad and see what Trinidad's doing. See what updates are going on over there in the land of the girl farms. So who out there knew? Who out there knew that Roxanne Shante, the real Roxanne, Adeladia Martinez, the real Roxanne, is a Puerto Rican female hip-hop MC who recorded for Select Records in the mid-'80s and '90s.
Afternoon, I gave you a smile, so you assume. Yo, Kango.
Yeah, what's up, girl?
I'm the real Roxanne and I rock your world.
You're all stuck up.
Well, you say
knew
that
this?
because I wouldn't give guys like you no rap. I was walking down the street in the afternoon. I gave you a smile, so you assume. Yo, Kango.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew? Your boy C.I.P. did not know. But I'm going to be honest with you. A little bit about your boy C.I.P. from his history. There was a radio station, 93 FM, out of Cleveland, Ohio, in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. They started a hip-hop mix on Saturday evenings. My friends and colleagues and fellows from Cleveland area, if you're out there within an earshot, shout it out. Y'all, if y'all remember this, go on and hit the comments as well under the video. Yeah, they used to do a mix show, and your boy C.I.P. was a baby C.I.P., young C.I.P. at the time. Maybe about 10, 11 years old. And my first exposure to hip hop was literally the sound of her voice on that mix. I turned that radio on and I started dialing the tuner, and I was scrolling through, listening to all the different radio stations. And then I got to the hip hop station. And that was the first, your boy C.I.P. This is a very private moment that I'm sharing with you. Your boy C.I.P.'s hip hop cherry was popped by the real Roxanne. All right. I'm just going to put it out there. Back in the 80s, my hip-hop cherry was popped by. I mean, you can't complain, gents. You can't complain. Look. If you was a young gentleman, you know what I'm saying, you getting your cherry popped in the hip-hop world. I mean, who could complain? So, a little bit from my history, a little bit about your history. Bet you didn't know. She is a Boricua. Awesome. Just crazy. It's crazy. Small world. Small world. And of course, we know the other goofies. Fat Joe. Let me go back. All right. So let's see. We covered some of this in the beginning. So I didn't actually cover it, but what I did was I had a clip of bomba dancers. So here is one of the originators that kept the history of bomba alive on the island. So let's go. A little history.
Sylvia de Villar was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico in 1928. She was an actress, a dancer, and an Afro-Puerto Rican activist who embraced her heritage with great conviction.
Her mission was to include that history, to highlight that history, to focus it, not as an oddity, not as exotica, but as an integral part of what it is to be Puerto Rican.
She used poetry and dance, and it wasn't really what we know as bomba. She used those Afro-Puerto Rican rhythms to do her performances.
After having met her and being part of her group, I realized that she was the most important representative of the Afro-Boricua reality.
During a time when most chose to embrace their Eurocentric background and cast aside their deep African roots, Sylvia de Villar identified with it and sought it out.
In Puerto Rico, racism existed just as it exists in the mainland United States, because we have to understand that Puerto Rico is still a colony of the United States.
Sylvia's dance choreography was focused on African traditions, tracing them from the continent to the Caribbean and specifically to Puerto Rico.
So many of the people in Puerto Rico, when she was performing, said that's not Puerto Rican. Her intent was to provide a lesson of the journey of Africans and African descendants.
Sylvia moved to New York City and was inspired by the Black political movement.
The black movement here in the late 60s and 70s was something that she took to Puerto Rico. She dressed in African garb, her jewelry and everything related to Africa as well as Puerto Rico.
Culipamdeando la reina Bansi de inmensa grupa resbalan menos cachondos que el Congo cuaja en ríos.
She was, if you will, our Angela Davis. She very much identified with black movements and activism across the world, and she took it to Puerto Rico.
Sylvia studied sociology and anthropology at Fisk University in Tennessee. Her trip was cut short due to racism in the South. She returned to her homeland where she earned her degree.
The experience that she had while she was studying in Tennessee made a big impact on her life. It made her analyze the value in black culture.
In 1968, she went on to find El Coqui Theater in Puerto Rico. She was recognized.
Not the Coqui Theater. You guys know what Coqui is? That's a question I'm going to ask the chat. Someone in the chat, go figure out what a Coqui is and then come back and tell the chat what a Coqui is. Coqui Theater. The Coqui Theater. Olua, what's a Coqui? Put the emoji in the chat. The Coqui Theater. But you know what's kind of crazy? When you think about her experience right there that they just captured, right? They said she came stateside. She came to study in Tennessee. She came from Puerto Rico to study in Tennessee. What kind of environment was Tennessee, the United States, Tennessee, back then, for a dark-skinned foreign Puerto Rican woman? What was it like? Because it was not, I'll tell you right now, it was not nice. Oh, COQUI. You needed that. Coqui. Coqui. They make a noise that sounds like that. Coqui. That's why they're called Coqui. Coqui. She called it the Coqui Theater. Adorable. I love it. So she experienced this racist life while she was trying to study, while she was trying to improve herself, while she was trying to evolve. And it affected her and impacted her such that she left the United States and said, I know where I'm from. I know who my people are. I know where we came from on boats and landed and were forced colonized into this land and merged with this new beautiful culture of Puerto Rico. I don't need to experience this in this way, but I can express myself safely at home by remembering the struggles of my ancestors. It caused her to reflect on all of this. The impact of her existence at that time, studying here in the United States, in that social environment. Just food for thought.
Recognized as the most important authority of Black Puerto Rican culture.
Previously, there was no black studies in Puerto Rico. You have to look at Silvia del Real as being a pioneer in that area. And she walked with that reality, she talked about that reality, and she performed that reality.
Awesome. Awesome piece of Puerto Rican history, y'all. Awesome. Ah, yes, here's the bomba piece that I clipped and had in the montage. Team Replay. Like, subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Go back, watch the intro. Watch the opening montage. The boy C.I.P. Also included this piece. Or a clip of it.
Dicen la negra Martina que brinca por los palacios, cayó dentro de una olla de bandazo entre las mallas. De bandazo va ella, de bandazo. De bandazo anda ella, de bandazo. Ay, que de bandazo, de bandazo. La negra Martina cayó en la malla, de bandazo. De bandazo va ella, de bandazo. De bandazo anda ella, de bandazo. Se pasaba todo el día buscando busque en palacio a ver si alguien la quería, pero todo fue un fracaso. De bandazo va ella, de bandazo. De bandazo anda ella, de bandazo. Ay, de bandazo, de bandazo. Ay, va la negra, de bandazo. De bandazo.
Now, again, we fled from what we knew to adapt to the colonized North America. But just think, if our culture, if the American culture had continued to adhere to and remain resilient to our cultural roots, what that influence would look like in our art and entertainment today.
Yo.
All right. So from their island, there is a renowned oxen festival. This was amazing. I had no idea. It takes place in the, I guess, early spring. We're now what? Early spring? Late winter, early spring? Absolutely awesome. So it's more of an ag fest, right? Most island nations are agricultural based. So you have these kinds of celebrations and festivals for the animals, for the husbandry, care of the animals, for whatever products, etc. the farmers are going to exhibit. All right, so here we go. What's going on? All right, music. Okay, so honoring and learning about our Afro-Rican continue beyond February, right? But we are in the month of February. Black history, Afro-Rican history. So first up, we have Don Pedro Albizu Campos. He's an attorney and politician, a leading figure in the Puerto Rican independence movement. So that sky blue flag, definitely dedicated to that gentleman. Number 2, Emeterio Bentances. He was an independence advocate and medical doctor. He was primary instigator of the Grito de Laurez revolution and is considered to be the father of the Puerto Rican independence movement. Again, sky blue flag for him too. Roberto Clemente, professional baseball player. Right there, Padres hat on. Piri Thomas, writer and poet, whose memoir, Down These Mean Streets, memoir name, Down These Mean Streets, became a bestseller, influential in the Nuyorican movement. Gonna have to look that one up. Number 5, Tite Quiret Alonso was a composer of over 2,000 salsa songs, and about 200 of them being hits. That's a good score right there. He composed the classic Las Caras Lindas, recorded by Ismael Rivera. Number 6, sis over here in the middle row on the right, Antonia Pantoja. She was an educator, a social worker, a feminist, civil rights leader, and founder of Aspira, A-S-P-I-R-A, the Puerto Rican Forum, Boricua College, and Prudencia in 1996. She was the first Puerto Rican woman to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The American Presidential Medal of Freedom winner. That's right. All right, number 7, bottom row. Juno Hernandez was an Afro-Puerto Rican stage and film actor and pioneer in the Afro-American film industry. Center bottom row, Arturo Alfonso Schomburg, a historian, writer, activist, an important intellectual figure in the Harlem Renaissance. Go check him out for folks that are looking at the Harlem Renaissance and capturing that facet of history. I know there are a lot of you out there to do that. And last but not least, who's the gentleman at the bottom? I'm going to give y'all a second. I'll give y'all 5 seconds. All right, I'm going to give y'all 5 seconds. Who is the gentleman at the bottom? You can see his name there, I think, if the screen's big enough. If you can't see it, I need y'all to tell me who the gentleman is in the bottom right-hand corner of this grid. Time's up. Jean-Marco Basquiat, artist of Haitian and Puerto Rican descent. Jay-Z, might as well. He always talking about him. That's Basquiat. This is hilarious. Homies, no disrespect, homies, but this was freaking hilarious when it came across my feed. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to have to just post it up here for a minute because this shit's fucking hilarious. This how them Puerto Rican dudes be taking selfies. Y'all, this is fucking hilarious. Shots fired. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, cousins. Gamer, is this how you take selfies, gamer? I'm gonna have to go back and look at your selfie we used for our show, bro. If your selfie looks anything like this, you're done for. I'm gonna troll you. I'm gonna troll the hell out of you, gamer. Oh shit, it's game on, bro. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad, y'all. Don't come for me. I didn't make the meme, y'all. Don't come for me, bro. Don't come for me, y'all. Hey, yo, here's our boy. Change the subject real fast. Here's our boy. So he gonna stir up some controversy. They talking about he gonna wear a dress on the Super Bowl, y'all. They say he's gonna wear a dress. So I don't know. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Shut up and sing the good songs, bro. Shut up and teach me some Spanish. All right, I'm gonna shake my ass, and as long as the ladies, are you serious, bro? What? Ladies love good music. I've never understood what men's problem is, bro. If the music is jumping and the ladies are jumping, what the fuck are you doing? You got nothing to prove, other than the fact that you can pull up on some ladies. My friend, what are you doing? I don't give a shit about what's going on. I don't give a shit. If the women are jumping, bro. Y'all spend too much time fixated on your wieners. I be fixated on the booty meat of the women, bro. We jumping. I'm out there with the ladies. All right. So I talked to a friend about this one. So there's this movement of the black and white void Rican flag. So apparently it is a new movement. So we'll leave this to like he's Bro's got pictures of Logan Paul and stuff and this, that, and the other. So it's the new movement against the colonization, gringos colonizing the island, jacking up the prices, disrespecting the place, right? Because there's still, this ain't just a state, right? We ain't just of the same culture. These people have their own culture. It's an island. We already know where we're at. We already know what's going on. Y'all don't even speak Spanish. So it's part of the Gringos Go Home movement, right? It's new. So if you see the void flag, the void Rican flag, it's the new movement, the black and white flag. It's not of a nationally recognized historical perspective. It's the new Gen Z thing, right? Gen A. We talked about the banner before, the flag before, so I just wanted to bring that one up. I found it fascinating, and on my deep dive into the history, Ah, man, y'all know how it is. You hit the algorithm starts pumping all kinds of shit your way. Who's seen the DTMF Bad Bunny album cover? On the album cover of the DTMF, his newest album, there are two lawn chairs sitting by the bush, and these two girls, by the forest, and these two girls are wearing, they're cosplaying as the two chairs. That's pretty cute. That's awesome. Yeah, fangirls doing fangirl thing. All right. Here's a history piece again. So Nina Loves Stories. Nina Loves Stories is going to share what Taino Caribbeans looked like. I believe Jamaica, Dominica, PR. Yep. Everybody's represented here. I might not have watched all this through.
Look like and who looks most like them in the present day Caribbean? Well, according to the Jamaica Information Service, the documented history of Jamaica starts in 1494 when Christopher Columbus came to the Caribbean.
Oh, okay. Also, too, what you're going to have to understand, too, is you'll get a lot of people with British accents. The diaspora is widespread, you guys, right? So a lot of us are piecing our history together from overseas, reaching back across to the Caribbean because of access that we've gained, gathering documentation, gathering resources, bringing it back, bringing it out to the individuals. Unfortunately, a lot of things are hidden because of war, because of human paper genocide, where we write one another out of history, right? Fires, famine, floods. Who's going to take care of these materials when we are faced with natural disasters, right? Hurricanes, earthquakes. So when all of these things happen, human history goes, unless you have archivists, unless you have the elders, the people that are going to maintain this knowledge.
He'd already travelled to Africa 10 years prior and was in hunt for goodies in what he thought was India. In Christopher Columbus's journal from his first voyage, he said that the Taino people were very handsome, with no belly and good stature. Their eyes were beautiful and not small. They had a broad forehead and their skin colour wasn't black or white, but the colour of the people from the Canary Islands. He said some of them paint their face and their body black, white, red and other colours. And their hair wasn't curly, but it was short, loose and coarse, like horsehair, and they'd bring the front of their hairs down to their eyebrows. And they didn't really wear clothes unless they were covering their private parts. Their legs were straight and some of them had wounds, and apparently the wounds were from people from neighbouring islands that had tried to war them. They were very innocent in nature.
Caribs were the warriors. Part of my ancient people. The Caribs and the Arawaks.
And fit to be servants, unlike the Caribs that he'd seen on the other islands in the Lesser Antilles.
There we go.
The smaller islands that are below Hispaniola or Haiti. Apparently the Caribs were brutal, they were armed, and they didn't have no beard, but they wear their hair long and they'd stain their eyebrows to try and make themselves look scary. Recently, a researcher found a tooth in the Caribbean which was dated 500 years prior to when Christopher Columbus came to the Caribbean, and the DNA of that tooth was linked very closely to the present-day Puerto Ricans. But in Christopher Columbus's journal, he also mentioned that Africans had been to the Caribbean prior to him. When he went to Haiti, he saw the native people with spears with gold tips, and he asked them where they got them from. And he said the black-skinned people from the southeast had visited them and gave them the spears. They called the gold tips cannon, which is linked to a Ghanaian word for gold, and they looked identical to spears that they had seen in Guinea. Columbus's son also said that his dad told him that he'd seen black people in the Honduras. And another European called Vasco Nunes said that he saw two black men when he visited Panama. And when he asked the natives where they'd come from, the natives said they don't know. Africans also travelled to the Caribbean with the Spanish, including the North African Moors. But the Indians were seen as native because there was more of them and they referred to the Africans as visitors. So what did the Taino...
FBAs. There's your people. There's the ones that landed before. All right. Trace it back. Trace it back. Food. What's bro fixing for us? Food for Bad Bunny Sunday. Let's go.
Gracias, mami.
Arroz con guandules y pollo frito.
Nunca me han visto en la calle ni en los podcasts ando quea. Tratan de medir por si no pueden ni en pareja. Calle sol, calle luna, estrella en la noche oscura. Yo no canto reggae, pero sí cultura de Borinquen, PR, archipiélago perfecto. En el mundo entero ya conocen mi dialecto, mi jerga. A mí me importa un bicho lo que a ti te vale verga. Aquí mataron gente por sacar la bandera. Por eso es que ahora yo la llevo donde quiera, cabrón, ¿qué fue? Está peligroso. Si mañana muero, yo espero que nunca olviden mi rostro y pongan un tema mío el día que traigan a otro.
Bro, that looks delicious. That looks delicious. I think I got all those ingredients but the banana leaf. I think I got all the ingredients but the banana leaf. That looks great. That's a lot of food, though. Your boy's cooking for one. He is cooking for an army. That looks great. All right. We about to figure out, gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Gentlemen, I need you to sit down for a moment. Put your drinks down. Grab yourselves a pen and paper. We're going to have to take notes here. We got the different archetypes of Puerto Rican ladies. We're going to need to study this in detail. All right, gents, gentlemen.
Real bad man.
All right, real bad men to the front of the class. All right. We're going to learn about this today. Let's go. Let me refresh this.
Rican girls could fall into. Now there's the hood archetype. You'll see the nail always gonna have the hoop. She'll have Puerto Rican flags in the most random places. She'll always catch the toxic red flag allegations. She might have a gold place necklace. She might be in the Bronx. They'll always call her when something goes down. There's an Afro Puerto Rican archetype. You'll mostly see the braid. You're gonna have at least one TikTok with this song in the background. She might be in New York. She might be in Massachusetts. And she might have at least one shirt like this. There's a tomboy archetype. She'll basically be young and May if she was Puerto Rican. You'll see a neck tattoo, her hair in a bun. You might see the nose ring. She might have a boyfriend the entire time too. But a mom archetype is gonna be a universal one. Seeing crumbs on the floor is gonna awake a generational rage. You should have an object of fear associated with her. The same thing goes for the auntie. They're gonna have supernatural abilities. They're gonna know information that hasn't even happened yet. You know if you're getting fired or hired from your job 2 weeks before it happens. Now there's the alternative archetype. They're mostly gonna be goth. She might be a mixture of the hood archetype low-key. She'll be full on goth in the city with who have the one room in the house that's fully blacked out. Now there's the white girl archetype. People always get surprised when she can speak full fluent Spanish. Or she found out she was 25% Puerto Rican yesterday. She bought 25 Puerto Rican flags since then. There's many archetypes that Puerto Rican girls could fall into.
This is great. Supernatural abilities. They're cracking up. This is great. The different archetypes. I love it. I love it. All right, gents, take your notes. We learning. We got to learn.
Real bad man.
It's dangerous in these streets, especially when you mess with the Puerto Rican women. No. All right. We got more food, y'all. More food. Ooh, they got recipes too. Put recipes on. Oops, my bad. Pichos de pollo. So let's see: guava paste, barbecue sauce, ketchup, brown sugar, cinnamon or cider vinegar, water, garlic, minced garlic, right? Fresh garlic, Worcestershire, honey, lime, onion, garlic powder, paprika, salt, pepper. This looks delicious. I never thought to use guava paste like that. I need to up my recipes. Your boy C.I.P. is going to start working on his recipes. Come on, IG. IG's acting out of pocket. All right. Who we got here?
Que tú me tienes temblando de noche y de día. Tú me hiciste brujería.
Whoa.
Me quieres mandar pa' la tumba fría. Tú me hiciste brujería. Bruja, bruja, brujita.
Right.
Tú me hiciste brujería. Demonio. Tú me hiciste brujería.
So this is crazy, but one of the most insane things that you'll find is the fact that resilience, struggle, history, the cries of pain of our Caribbean culture is expressed to this day in a lot of our music. So that, going back to the entertainment facets and the differences between American entertainment, American entertainment, and Caribbean entertainment, the reflections of history and struggle are made light of. Absolute songs of celebration and joy. The most depressing, the most heart-wrenching stories of loss, divorce, loss of a loved one, turn into songs of upbeat, absolute revelation. It's the most fascinating piece of Caribbean culture that I found. Brujeria is one of El Gran Combo's most popular songs and uses metaphor and irony to tell a story of jealousy, obsession, and emotional confusion. Emotional confusion. The feelings of confusion we get when we're in the midst of the throes of some kind of emotional turmoil. The lyrics describe a man who believes he has been placed under a spell because he can't stop thinking about a woman who brings him pain. While the theme touches on emotional manipulation and dependence, the upbeat salsa rhythm creates a playful contrast. The contrast is a key curiosity of the song. There's all these heavy emotions, and they're disguised within this joyful dance music, making it both entertaining and psychologically sharp. Again, the song. Listen to this. Bro is having fun. First comment with 415 likes. They don't make music like this anymore. Right. It's the storytelling. And I'm sure, I'm sure that the theme holds true down there, right? It was never an indictment of, my previous statements were never an indictment of American music or hip hop and black music in any way, shape, or form. More of a critical view. But the same holds true for Latin music, I'm sure. I'm sure they don't make music like this anymore. But you will find the higher percentage of overall entertainment has a deeper soul to it. You'll find that in the Caribbean versus other national genres, other nationalities. Awesome. All right, what do we got? What team are y'all rooting for? They're rooting for Team Bad Bunny, Team Puerto Rico. These girls ain't messing around. I just want food. That's it. That's a party to go to, y'all. That looks like a good party to go to. That's all I'm saying. The fish looks good. Angry hot chicks on the island. Gentlemen. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all are not ready to deal with no island girls. Don't matter if they're Puerto Rican. It don't matter if they're Colombian. It don't matter if they're Haitian. It don't matter if they're from St. Vinny. It don't matter if they're from St. Lucia. It don't matter if they Trini. Y'all ain't ready for these island girls. Y'all are not ready for these island ladies. At all. It ain't happening. All right. More food. Look at this. So this is a restaurant. Again, my algorithm is all over the place. So when I go to Puerto Rico, I'm going to be stopping by some of these places. If I don't get a good home-cooked meal. Shout out to my homies. All right, ladies and gents, your boy C.I.P.'s wrapping up. I think it's about that time because I still have to prepare some wings and get myself situated because we about to party. It's about to go crazy when this thing kicks off, and then everybody's going to be peeping the halftime show. Of course, our boy BB is going to be showing out. So I'm going to be, what I might do, I think some of y'all might want to do that. Pooh Man, I appreciate you, my G. I'm going to pop that up on the screen right there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are live now with your boy CIP and you're taking a look at the chat, scroll up and you'll see Pooh Man's message. Join the CIP Discord. Go ahead and join my Discord. I'll look for you guys to pop up in the new members pending, and I'll get you authorized right away. Go ahead and subscribe over there to the Discord. What we can do then is we can probably have a viewing party, or we can watch movies, we can chill. We do all kinds of things over in the Discord. That's where we keep our stream of consciousness going over there. Ideas for the shows, things I'm going to drop, previews to the new shows coming up. All kinds of things, folks. All kinds of things. You'll find it all over there. I also, right, because your boy CIP's a multifaceted individual and I want to see what interests you, I have multiple different rooms over there on the Discord as well. Y'all can stop by the community room. We talk about food, self-promotion of what you're doing, your channel, sports, mind and body health, business talk, finance talk, tech, dance, art, music, photography. Your boy CIP's got it all on the Discord. So if that interests you at all. Oh, and we can't forget gaming. Come on. Board games, video games, whatever it is. Rubik's Cubes. We got anybody out there that likes the Rubik's Cubes? So yeah, y'all. It's a great community. It's growing. Y'all are here. I want to thank each and every one of you for celebrating Benito Sunday with me today. We traveled from St. Lucia to the island of Puerto Rico. We're going to go back to St. Lucia. We got to stop by Trinidad again too, because our boy FDNHT did not make it to this episode, and that's fine. We didn't make it to this stream because we're going to come back to Trinidad. Trinidad ain't done partying. Valentine's Day, they kicking off Carnival weekend. Valentine's Day, you guys. Also, look for some news late in the month from your boy CIP. Things are taking a turn in a different direction. So your boy CIP will be on the road. Look for that information and that surprise. It's going to be a good surprise. Look for that surprise to be coming soon. Otherwise, thinking of other topics to discuss before we take off for the afternoon. Everybody, I want you to have a wonderful day. Right? I want you to have a wonderful day. I want you to enjoy yourselves with your friends and family. If you are celebrating the American NFL Super Bowl today, right? Otherwise, if you're not and you're waiting for the Benito show, enjoy it with your family and friends, right? Enjoy that. Enjoy the food. Send some to your boy C.I.P. Otherwise, everyone, nothing is true, everything is permitted. We know that. Nothing in your life is true, but there is every avenue available to you to find the truth. That's what we're here to do. Learn, find the truth, seek knowledge, evolve, my friends. The world around us is not an absolute reality. It's the matrix, red pill, blue pill. Your reality, what pill you take, is subjected to what you choose to explore in the world. You have to open your mind. You have to explore. All right? What you limit yourself to and experience is your own responsibility. It's up to you. It's up to me to be a better person every day. Choose wisely, my friends. I love each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. If you are new, subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to see y'all soon. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Enjoy the music. We're gonna outro and we're gonna chill. Just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Have a great day, Alua. Messy Pooh Man. Looks like, oh, Mashawn Travels. Travel channel. Subscribe to Mashawn Travels, y'all. Janesta. All of y'all that hung out with me in the chat. One love. Tavar. And of course, close to the heart, Rican Princess. Cynical, it was so great to see you, sis. Queen of vibes. Many queens out here. Cuzzo, Halo, Pinball, Lee, 3 a.m. All of y'all. Really, really appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy in the chat. Remember, y'all, engagement is key. Feel free to drop in the chat at any point in time during my shows. See y'all on the next one.